Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a minute, but we're going to try to get a few things kind of cleaned up today. But mostly I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit of a story. But to start with, in the last video we showed you guys the goats we got and the little pen, that kind of an anti-pen. Either way, a way to keep the goats out of the chicken feed. For the record, that has not worked yet. The hole that I made in the cattle panel is still too big and the goats will go in it. Both of them finally figured out. After a couple days, they both figured out how to get in there, and they just go in there. I don't even put the food in there, and they're just hanging out in there now. So whatever, but it's okay. We're making it work. But this is actually not about the goats. This is actually about some issues that I've been having with my farm truck. Or, it's not really my farm truck, it's just my truck. So if you'll notice, it's actually parked up in the yard. And the reason for that is because I had it parked over there. So you guys may have remembered the Mustang that was sitting here. That was my brother's car, and he came and got it. And found out that it had, we knew it needed some brake work and stuff. Well, it turns out it needed more than that because it had a resident squirrel living in it. And that squirrel cost him probably like $1,500 worth of damage. Anyways, you might have already picked up, that's where my truck came in. So I moved my truck over there where his car used to be, not realizing that a squirrel had been in there or even thinking about it getting into my truck, but it did. And it chewed a hole in the fuel line. And short version, it was pouring fuel all over the top of the engine. Basically, I'm lucky. Well, actually, I'm going to rephrase that. I am blessed that 2 months ago, I replaced the coils in that truck. I don't remember making a video on that, but it needed a tune-up, and I put coils and wires and plugs in it. Anyways, I did that because the coil was arcing over to the head. And had the squirrel done what he did 2 months ago, or had I not fixed that, I would have burned the truck to the ground. So yeah, it's been a wild couple of weeks dealing with that. Cost me a bunch of money fixing that because Ford's fuel line is a two-piece dealer only item that I could find, and where it was chewed on, we didn't want to splice it because it's a liability. So it is what it is. Say hello to our new mousers. Hi. I hear you. I hear you. So we have, hey buddy. So that there is Loki. And you guessed it, that is Thor. And these two guys are brothers, and their mama was a feral cat, and these guys are, I think at this point, sorry, bring you guys up here. These guys at this point, I believe, are about 7 weeks old. So they're a little young to be separated from mama, but like I said, mama's feral, and we're doing some formula substitute and feeding them, and they were already just pretty much weaned anyways. So yeah, these guys are joining us for two reasons. One, we've thought about getting another cat since we lost ours. These guys just happened to be in a spot where they needed a home, and we had a place to give it to them. And so now we're raising them here. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job filming for you guys. And so the timing works out because I bet they'll get after a squirrel too. I know this because I watched Twinkle, our last cat, do that. So he also chased rabbits once. So anyways, if you guys have never dealt with squirrels, I've learned a few things. One, they're stubborn, really stubborn. And two, they're more destructive than I realized they were. So if you see squirrels around your vehicles, old PSA here, they're not being cute, they're probably chewing on stuff. And I've learned that they'll chew on newer vehicles way more than older vehicles. So Grimace out here, been sitting there for months at this point. They've not touched a thing in there. They've not chewed on any wires that I can find, not chewed on any of the rubber, nothing. They're not getting into the truck, they're not messing with it at all. The Mustang that was sitting there chewed the fool out of it. 2 or 3 days after the Mustang's gone, they're chewing on my truck, which never just sits. I drive it every few days at the least. So if you see squirrels hanging around your vehicles, don't just let them stick around. Do something about it before they cause you some damage. But our squirrel actually took care of the problem. I was going to tell you guys about it, and before I could, it took care of itself. So I bought baits, traps, sprays like rodent deterrent sprays, squirrel sprays, mothballs, man, you name it. The high-pitched squealy sounding things, all kinds of stuff. Put it all around my truck. The squirrel would never get out of there. I thought he was gone, but even after crawling under the truck and looking around, I was driving into town the other day, I felt a thud on the floorboard of my truck, and I thought, man, that felt like a rock or something coming out of the treads, except it was under my feet, not in the wheel well, and it was quite a bit louder of a thud. And I look back, and that squirrel is tumbling down the road. Anyways, guys, it's a little bit of a short one, but I wanted to give you you know, an update, because we did get some new mousers and some new additions to our little farm here, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day, and I'm gonna run in here and just keep cleaning up this garage, so take it easy.